Hey guys, welcome back. We're working on the Mazda Ranger again, and I hate dented front bumpers. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that with just kind of basically some basic hand tools. I have a collision repair kit here. That's what it's called, but it's just a porta power or press or whatever you want to call it. We'll see what we can do to make it look better with that, and then if all else fails, I'll chain it to a fence post with a come along and pull on it or something like that. But I don't know where my come along is at the moment, so we're gonna try it this way. Here we go. Okay, so if you're gonna take this piece off here, you probably want to squeeze the tabs from the back and push it out. Don't do what I did and just rip it off. Mine was already broken, so I wasn't really concerned with breaking it more. But if you squeeze the tabs from the back and push out, it comes off without breaking it. Or you can just rip it off and get a new one like I'm gonna do. So, yeah. Alright, so that is about as much as I'm going to get it out with the amount of work that I want to put into it. But I mean, it's not too bad. It's got a little bit of a wrinkle in there. I'm going to flap disc it with the grinder and throw some fresh paint on it and kind of make it look somewhat better and clean it all up. I'm going to try and put this top plastic back on. I think it's in good enough shape, other than the three tabs on that left side. I'll try and find a way around, but other than that, the rest of it's in pretty good shape. The bottom plastic, I'm gonna have to order a new one or something to deal with that. And then I still have to put this bracket back on, which I'm gonna have to rebend because that bracket goes into that bolt hole right there and then goes up in there, just like this one over here. So, but I'm happy enough with that. It's not perfect, but it's not all crunched in anymore. So, yeah, here we go. Let's clean it up. Alright, so I went over it with the grinder just to get as much of the rust off as I could, and you know, this really isn't gonna look the best ever because I didn't get this dent out all the way. You can definitely see it right here. But, you know, I don't want it to look rusty and crappy. So like you can see right on the top here, I still have like a little bit right there that I didn't get off because I don't want to get in there with the grinder and mess anything up. And then I don't want to scrub for 3 hours with the sandpaper, but I did go over the whole thing with just some 220 just to rough it up and help feather these edges together, because that grinder is going to leave a hard edge. I'm sure there's a couple left over. Let me see if I can find one. Let's see here. Well, basically the gist of it is anything that doesn't feel smooth with your hand, the paint's going to peel off. And the paint's probably just going to peel off anyways, but yeah, we're gonna let that kind of dry. I just used soapy water is all I used. So we're gonna let it dry. I'm gonna run and grab some paint, and then we'll just go ahead and spray some nice cool black paint on there. Okay, I went ahead and threw some plastic on as well. Then I just got some of this Rust-Oleum black glossy paint. It'll be fine. So that's what I'm gonna throw on there. The wind is picking up a little bit, so it's probably not going to be the cleanest paint job in the world, but it will be on there. So here we go. So I had to pull the truck in because of weather yesterday night, and as you can see, my garage is not ready for vehicles to be in here again. Hello, buddy. And anyways, so I got it in here. I had to sand it all down because it rained and got raindrops on it, and the paint was not curing smoothly, and I thought maybe it was something I was doing, but I sanded it all down completely smooth, put one more little thin coat on it, and left it to dry. And it's still, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, it's like cracking and all this stuff. And I think it's because the paint that I had left over, because it was all used paint that I had, was had frozen over the winter and kind of separated, and it's just no good anymore. Because I definitely had, I resanded the surface all nice and pretty and everything like that, other than, you know, like a few little rust bubbles on the top where I just didn't feel necessary to sand it. But overall the surface was smooth and it's not drying like that. So now I get to sand it all over again because I don't want it to look like that. Alright, so we have it all painted up and pulled out of the shop. It doesn't look the most perfect. It's actually still a little bit tacky, but probably could have sanded it a little bit better. Probably could have put a few more coats of paint on it, but we still have this going on right here, so I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, so that's what we did. It looks much better than it originally did. So thanks for watching.